Konami has just announced new cards for 3 different archetypes: Red Dragon Archfiend, Mimighoul, and Wake Cup. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, wait a minute, Red Dragon Archfiend didn't they already announce new support for that archetype? Yeah, they did, but they forgot one. Apparently, they have forgotten one final card that got added to the archetype, and it might be one that is might be a bit interesting to say the very least. But I am not going to waste any time. I'm just gonna get straight into it because there are only 3 cards, one for each archetype, that have just been announced. So let's get straight to it, and we are going to kick things off with the new Wake Cup card, which is known as Wake Cup Kuro. Which is a 7-star Wind Aqua Flip with 400 attack, 2700 defense, and all 3 of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads you can reveal this card in your hand, add 1 Wind Flip monster from your deck to your hand, except this card, then discard 1 card. Second effect, which is a flip effect, reads as follows: you can target one other face-up monster on the field, change it to face-down defense. Third effect, which is a quick effect, reads you can target one said monster, change it to face-up defense. So not only is this a dark world dealings, but it's also basically it's also Tsukiyomi and or sorry, not Tsukiyomi. It's Book of Moon and Book of Taiyu at the same time. So you have 3 very powerful, like really old, like Go format cards rolled up into one insanely busted Wake Up 7-star body. Like think about this, right? Think about this card being used in fucking Edison, man. Like the way, like the fact that you would be able to use a monster like that in Edison is crazy, especially with the fact that there's so many cards in the in Edison. They're just absolutely busted. Obviously, Book of Moon is one of them. You have other very busted ass cards. A lot of banned cards actually that are in Edison. Obviously, Dust Shoot is one of them. What else is there? Heavy Storm, which is another banned card. What else? There's quite a few like banned cards in the format that could be used. There's even also cards that are used a lot in Edison, but you really don't see them get played all that much anyway. Obviously, Pulling the Rug is one of them. This is really good against the Frog decks, Hero Beat, especially if your opponent normal summons Stratos, if they normal summon excuse me, if they I would say I would say the normal summon of Lila, but the problem is that the ruling for Pulling the Rug against Lila is that it doesn't work because of the fact that Lila's effect, I believe, is a priority effect. So Pulling the Rug doesn't really work that much against it doesn't work at all against Lila. However, using Pulling on cards that have mandatory effects, such as you know such as like Swap Frog, Monarchs, Stratos, and there's a few others as well. It's kind of busted, actually, kind of busted. The only thing though is that going up against decks like Lightsworn and I think Vayu Turbo and oh my god, there was one other one. I cannot think of it. You can't use pulling the rug at all. So you would have to side them out for card for cards like I'll show you. These are just some of the cards that they can side in against those types of decks. Cyber Dragon is one of them. This is actually a secret rare tin promo that I got from Bear Cave CCG. Shout outs to them. You could also potentially use cards like Fossil Dyna, DD Crow. You could also use this card, Royal Oppression. There's quite a few that you can use against those decks, but yeah. Anyway, pulling the rug. You don't see it. You don't see it at all in modern Yu-Gi-Oh, because there's just so many cards that can stop it. It's pretty sad, but this card is basically three very powerful Edison cards rolled up into one. Dark World Dealings, Book of Moon, Book of Taiyu. Literally, that's all it is. And the fact that you're able to they're able to add a wind flip monster to your hand and being able to discard a card from your hand is pretty busted, because I think there's are there wind flips? Oh my god, there's a few, but I don't remember what they are. I know that there are there are other attributed monsters that have flip effects. So when I think of like dark, the attribute of dark, I think of Mask of Darkness and Cyber Jar, if I remember correctly. Earth, obviously Morphin Jar and Morphin Jar number 2. There's a few, but Wind, I don't remember if there are any Wind flip monsters. I'm not so sure. You guys can let me know in the comments, but honestly, kind of busted. But that brings us to the new Red Dragon Archfiend card, and it is probably going to be one of the most insane Dragon Synchros we had ever seen for the deck ever. It is known as Red Hyper Nova Dragon, which I don't remember, which I think I talked about this card on the channel. I could be wrong, but I'm going to talk about it again anyway, just in case if I didn't. But here's the artwork, looking badass. And it is a 12-star Dark Dragon Synchro with 4,500 attack, 3,000 defense, and requires 4 tuners. Yes, you heard me right. 4 tuners and 1 or more non-tuner synchros. Excuse me. It says, must first be synchro summoned with the above material. And it has 3 separate effects. The first one reads, gains 500 attack for each tuner in your grave. Second effect reads, your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Also, it cannot be destroyed by their card effects. Third effect reads, once per turn, as a quick effect, you can banish this card you can banish this card and as many cards your opponent controls as possible, and in their grave. Then you can summon 1 Red Nova Dragon from your extra deck, which is treated as a synchro summon. And what's even more hilarious is that if you're able to have your end board being this guy plus Red Nova Dragon plus Red Super Nova Dragon, you're gonna have one hell of a time. Good luck. I say to your opponent, good luck, because because you have built-in negation, you've got disruptions for days. Good luck. You have 4 beefy dragons with at least 6,000 to 7,000 attack each. Good luck. Just plain simple. Just good luck. Good luck to you. Have fun. obviously this card has built-in protection. It can basically nuke your opponent's entire board clean. It can also nuke your opponent's graveyard clean as well, which is insane. And it gives you access to bring out red Nova Dragon. And if you're able to also somehow summon out red Supernova Dragon, you can also go red zone to summon back Hypernova. And excuse me. And it's like I said, right? Like, you have ways to go into multiple bodies, and you don't really commit to your normal summon all that much. Excuse me, with Red Dragon Archfiend based decks. With RDA decks, you really don't commit to your normal summon unless if you know that you're able to go into even more bodies, more of your synchro bodies. Then yeah, sure, you could theoretically normal summon, but for the most part, you're not really going to be committing to a normal summon all that much, because of the fact that the deck can just special summon a bunch of bodies with cards like Bone Archfiend, with cards like Vision Resonator being able to go in to just bring itself out for free. Crimson Resonator is another one that basically is a free Sidra, as long as you don't have any monsters on board, which is pretty crazy. I'm honestly tempted to build Red Dragon Archfiend. I'm tempted to build it as a pure build, because I do have a Red Dragon Archfiend build that has the Dark World pack, that has a Dark World package, and a Danger package, but it's just bad. It's bad. So if you guys do know any good recipes for a Dark World RDA deck, let me know down in the comments below. I really want to see what ideas that you have for that kind of deck. I'm really curious, really curious. But that brings us to the final card of the video. It is the brand new Mimighoul card. Excuse me, known as Mimighoul Flower, which is a 1-star Earth Plant flip with 0 attack and 2100 defense. And both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads, during your main phase, you can special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's field and face down defense, or if a said monster is on the field, you can special summon it to your field face up instead. Second effect reads, which is a flip effect, if it is the main phase, apply these effects in sequence. Your opponent can add one flip monster or Mimighoul card from their deck to their hand. Give control of this card to your opponent. So let's just be real here for a second. The Mimighoul archetype is probably one of the most niche archetypes that we had ever seen thus far, because you basically get to kaiju your Mimighoul monsters to your opponent's side of the field, and then those effects get applied in sequence, which could be set card and take control, switch control of X monster. This card basically does that. Like, you're able to give this card to your opponent, flip it face up, and then get to apply both effects in sequence, which means that you get to add as turn player, you get to add a Mimighoul card to your hand, and then flour gets added back to your side of your side of the field, which your end boards can be very insane with just with this one card alone. This is like a one. This is like a 100% like a one card combo, one card combo for the Mimighoul archetype, and I would know that because on Master Duel, it's a fucking menace. It is a fucking menace on Master Duel. But who knows? Who knows? I mean, with the ban list that we just got yesterday, maybe Mimighoul might end up creeping its way into the format. Possible? Absolutely. Is it really going to happen? I doubt it, but we'll have to wait and see. But I will say that all three of these cards definitely are gonna have their own their own time, if you will. It'll be interesting to see what we can expect. It'll be interesting to see what decks that people will come up with involving the new support, of all these cards, but we'll just have to wait and see. But with that being said, that'll do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel, you guys want more card discussions in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all my social media. All my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.